Salute, 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 salute. Bow. Blessings, blessings, blessings. What it is, what it do, what's happening. Nocturnal thoughts with a real quick video. Then I'm gonna get out the way. So I wasn't gonna talk about this topic. I didn't want to really put no shine on this fight at all. In my mind, this was going to be an exhibition. This was going to be a scripted WWE type of performance. Mostly on the performance of Tyson Fury carrying Francis and then knocking him out, right? Similar to Mayweather versus Conor McGregor, right? Wrong. Didn't expect it. To my surprise, to my pleasant surprise, when I woke up the next day to look at the highlights and I seen a picture of Tyson Fury on his back, I thought it was fake. I thought it was from Deontay Wilder fight and somebody just did some editing. So when I looked and seen that that was real, and then I watched the fight, most of the fight from what I could see, because I didn't order the pay-per-view, but I went back and watched all the highlights and everything like that, right? This is an L as far as I'm concerned. In my book, this is an L for Tyson Fury. I know he walked away with a split decision victory. I know if you go by boxing rules, he squeaked by a round or two. But the way I look at fighting, the way I look at boxing, this was a loss. Period, point blank. This shows me who's the better fighter. Period, point blank. Like, 'cause, okay, imagine if Conor McGregor would have knocked down Floyd Money Mayweather. Imagine if Jake Paul fought against Saul Canelo Alvarez and knocked him down. Now, I'm not going to just get too caught up on the knockdown, because after just watching the knockdown, I said, let me watch the rest of the fight to see how it went down, to see what was, how did Tyson Fury, combat that after he got knocked down. I looked in his face and I said, okay, he finna get in there and break it down. He gonna break down Francis Ngannou, because now he finna get serious, right? He just got knocked down, he finna get serious. No, that wasn't the case. When I look at that whole 10-round fight and you break it down and you look at the aftermath and the body language and who took the worst beating, like, I remember watching the Chuck Webner movie. And Chuck Webner, when he fought Muhammad Ali and he knocked him down. And after that, Muhammad Ali got up and beat the shit out of Chuck Webner. But Chuck Webner was a celebrity, local celebrity, just for fighting the champ and for knocking down the champ, right? That's how the whole Rocky franchise started, the Rocky versus Apollo Creed, you know what I'm saying? If Conor McGregor would have knocked down Floyd Money Mayweather, that would have took everything Floyd did in his whole career and tarnished it. A fly in the ointment, an asterisk, whatever you want to call it. It would have been a complete stain on Floyd Money Mayweather's career if he would have did all that work, went undefeated, fought against an MMA fighter and got dropped. But instead, Floyd carried him and then he knocked him out. Tyson Fury is supposed to be the best heavyweight champion of this era, and some people even say of all time. Some people was even saying he would even beat Muhammad Ali. Francis Ngannou never fought a professional boxing match, held his own, dropped him, marked him up, bruised him, bullied him, damn near Superman punched him. When it comes to just fighting, period, if you take Tyson Fury and put him in the cage with MMA rules, just like if you put Mayweather in the cage with Conor McGregor will whoop his ass. We know that. Put him in a boxing match, Mayweather has all the advantage. He do what he's supposed to do. So when you take Tyson Fury and you put him in a boxing ring with Ngannou, and it come out looking like that, then we know what would happen if you put him in a damn cage. Because if you can't barely win, if you barely can win and get past this man in the ring, which is your natural element, that's you fighting in, that's your territory. You know what I'm saying? You was born into that. And you can barely win in the boxing match, then you already know when we take you out of the element, when you take the fish out the water, when you put him into the octagon, when you put him in the cage, where all the advantages that you have kind of go out the window, you wouldn't even be competition. You wouldn't even last a whole round. You wouldn't even last a round. So when I look at the fight that we gonna get, because we'll never see you in the octagon, I doubt it. I really doubt it. Since we've seen you where you have all the advantages and you still was getting up off the canvas, and from that point on you still was fighting cautious, you still wasn't asserting your dominance, you was trying to outpoint him to a victory and stay safe. You couldn't maul him around. You couldn't put him in a headlock. You couldn't break him down with an elbow. Then you can't beat him in a real fight. In my opinion, from what we saw, from what I saw. Everybody got a different perspective, but from what I saw, it looked like Francis is a better fighter, stronger, had more heart, and he was fighting out of his comfort zone, out of his element. So you can only imagine if he was trained properly for a couple of years, what he would have did. Now, there's all kind of different factors you could say. Tyson Fury wasn't in shape. Tyson Fury didn't take it seriously. You could say that, you can even say beginner's luck for Francis. But in my opinion, from the way that looked, and from the not even just him knocking him down, but just when you look at round for round, how neutral it was for the most part, and who was a more aggressive, you know what I'm saying, and who looked in better condition, in better shape, and whose mind was still thinking properly. It just looked like to me Tyson Fury looked, he looked like, what's a good word? He looked defeated. That's all there is to it. He just looked like he lost. He looked defeated. You know what I'm saying? He looked defeated. In my opinion, he was defeated. And I can give him a win only by the boxing rules. And that's the only thing about boxing that I don't like, is that it's still a sport. It's not totally a fight. It's still a sport. So there are still rules. And if you can play off those rules, don't necessarily always mean you're the better fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like the point system. But like, in my opinion, when it's real boxing, you got two boxers going at it, I use every single boxing rule that I know when it comes to the point system, you know what I'm saying, ring generalship, defensive, you know what I'm saying, all the little ways you can calculate points. I use that when it comes to two boxers. But when you got some kind of hybrid fight, some kind of a exhibition showcase fight where you got the champion of the world, heavyweight champion of the world, fighting against a guy that's first time coming into the ring as a professional on a novice level, then I'm not going to take every single boxing rule, every single little point system, every single little tip tap jab. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to look at it as a fight. And who would I rather be at the end of it? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go off casual boxing rules. Who look like they won? You know, who got the moral victory? Who got the crowd behind them? Who got the most people cheering from them at the end? Now, I'm not going to go off of, oh, he jabbed him here, he touched him here. Oh, I'm not going to do that. Not in a fight like this, because if you're going to take a fight and make it a hybrid fight, then I'm going to make hybrid rules for it. I'm not going to take the same old school boxing rules. And even the old school boxing rule of you got to beat the champion to take his belts. Like Josh Taylor versus Jack Catterall. Jack Catterall should have got that victory, but he didn't, because you got to dominate the champion. Old school rules, right? Or even Devin Haney with Lomachenko. That was a close fight, but Devin Haney as a champion, you know what I'm saying, he was able to remain champion because he wasn't just dominated. Because this is two boxers. But this wasn't two boxers. This was a champion, highest level boxer in the world, supposed to be the best boxer in the world, versus a beginner. I'm not going to look at that with the same rules. I'm going to go to old school, elementary, playground bully rules. When you fight the bully, if you can beat the bully, all the other shit don't matter. The little points, ain't no point system. It's who won. And if the bully win, he's still the bully. If the bully lose, it's a new bully that's running the school. And in my opinion, that's Francis. In my opinion, Nocturnal Thoughts, Tyson Fury was dethroned for amount of all the shit that he talked, how he can't be defeated. In my opinion, he was defeated. He looked like he was defeated to me. And if you start making excuses, they gonna sound like excuses. Even if they boxing rule excuses like point systems and all of that, sound like an excuse to me. You're not supposed to let nobody come off the street and beat you at your craft like that. You know you lost. That's in anything. If you were an NBA player and you go to a playground where some kids is playing on the and you talking shit like you the best in the world, and these mugs dunk on you, you can't talk that shit no more. You got to be humble. You know what I'm saying? If you a baseball player, professional baseball player, and you got the best home run record, and you go to your regular little local baseball team and you get struck out, then I don't want to hear how good of a I don't want to hear that no more. You just got struck out by a regular pitcher who wasn't even on that level. Any sport, anything, to me, when you supposed to be the best, you supposed to be elite, it's supposed to always show. And you go in there with somebody that's not elite and they make you look like you an amateur, then that's humble. You got to eat that humble pie. When you go into the ring and your eye get all swole up and your head get cut and you get knocked down on your back, and you don't get back up and knock this dude down 2 times, then you lost. That's Nocturnal Thoughts. Now y'all can let me know what y'all think in the comments below. You know what I'm saying? My hat goes off to both fighters, the gladiators. I salute them. I didn't even look at this fight seriously, so I can't act like I was just having this fight on the radar. But at the end of the day, hindsight's 2020. When I look back at how it played out, if you want to make this boxing versus MMA, MMA won In this case, boxing is taking a loss. I don't look at it that way. I really look at it like the only person that really lost in this one right here, to be honest with you, the only person that lost in this one was Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? And he going to do what he can do to redeem himself, but it's not that serious. It's just a fight. It's just a fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't see how you can get too butthurt behind Tyson Fury losing, unless you're just a huge Tyson Fury fan. And I'll be honest with you, I respect Tyson Fury for fighting Deontay Wilder and winning, but I'm not a huge Tyson Fury fan. I always said that I respect his level of craziness. When you got somebody like Deontay Wilder that can kill you with one punch, and you stick your face out there and wag your little tongue out, I say I respect the insanity of that, the genius of that. You got to respect that part of it. But as far as being a Tyson Fury fan, I can never consider myself a Tyson Fury fan outside of just him being a good boxer. But he lost in this one, in my opinion. In a comical way. In a comical way. He lost in a comical. This is cartoonish to me. This is a cartoon level loss to me. This is like Tom and Jerry lost. Like, this is like, you just look foolish. You just look very, very foolish getting beat by Francis Ngannou. And it almost does make boxing look like a joke. Almost. Not really, because I'm a boxing fan. And I know that a lot of MMA guys get into the ring, in the boxing ring, with most boxers, they're going to take a loss. But this is the best, supposedly, heavyweight champion of the world. It's just comical. Anyways, that's my thoughts. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Salute, salute, salute.